All right. Hello and welcome back to Who's Even Listening. This is a very, very special episode here. This is episode number 19. This will be coming out on Christmas Eve. So we got little man here. We're all dressed up for a little Christmas episode here. Looking snazzy, buddy, as usual. Yes, yes. So as always, we're going to keep this one a little family driven, keep this one a little short and simple. But really just wanted to, obviously we got a co-host Zen here today. We'll let him chime in as he wishes. Yes, whatever you want to do, bud, it's up to you. But just want to talk about really just childhood traditions that really meant something to me growing up, and kind of just talking through some things about Christmas that we all talk about, and just get into that. So first thing I have, childhood Christmas. I'm sure everybody has like maybe one smell or one sound per se that they remember. For me, I would say in the morning it would be. I wouldn't say it was a smell. Like I remember pine trees was like the biggest smell that I remember. Like we always had not always, but we had a real Christmas tree. So you'd have like a lot of that smell would probably be the biggest thing that I would say for smell wise, or just cinnamon rolls, something like that would be the biggest thing for me. And a sound, probably just me yelling, trying to wake people up if they weren't up. So probably my own voice, to be honest. I was always usually the first one up most of the time until I got a little older. But most of the time I was pretty ready. We'll see what you get into, buddy, and we'll see what happens there. But and one messy tradition that you still keep. Obviously, as we're going along with this, if anybody has something that they want to bring up or say that they have, obviously feel free to comment that or send us a message. But one messy tradition. I don't want to offend anybody here, but I would say, for me, I guess now it would be that we've changed it a little bit. But I work on Christmas Eve because I'm a UPS driver, so we have a Christmas Eve tradition for dinner. Yeah. That sometimes I wasn't able to make, so we've been trying to make that schedule a little better. So I would say that's been messy just because of my schedule with UPS and all. Yeah, it is. And a new ritual for Zen. Me and my wife, which is over here in the corner, she's over here quietly watching, but we wanted to get an ornament each year for him to be able to basically pick out and put on the tree. That was one of our big things. I know there's a lot in that's office. It's okay. We're going to get we're almost done. It's not too long. I promise. It's okay. So I would say it would be the ornament. Oh, Mama got you a lollipop. Look at that. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah. Oh. Thank you. Is that going to be the new tradition? That's a new tradition? Okay, big lollipop. Oh. What a pod. Thank you, buddy. This is a good chew on this episode here, okay? I love you, buddy. Okay, all right. That's enough. That is okay. That is good. That's enough. You can have some. Yeah. So I would say one ornament a year we're trying to get have for him to pick out to put on. I think that's a good tradition we want to keep going forward. So, and that's probably ours, and we'll see what everybody else. And obviously photo shoot or something like that too. Obviously to have the memories. I think that's always a good one. And I wanted to bring this up. I always think this is a controversial take here of my little man. Obviously, I don't want him to hear too much, but Santa. It's a big discussion nowadays of what to do with your child when it comes to that, and how to kind of go about that. So I'm very curious to see how many people feel about that and how they try to go about that. Obviously, I think our mission is to keep it like that, and when he feels otherwise, then maybe we'll probably shift our ways. But I think it's always real good to keep him hopeful and like stuff like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as it's not over the top. And two guardrails. I always bring this up too because I feel like obviously every person and everybody has different lifestyles, has different financial situations, lollipop situations, and everybody has a little different something going on. So, I always try to make sure, because I feel like a lot of people are so stuck on the extravagance of Christmas, as in like just having to have everything you want or having to get everything you want, and if you don't get something you want, you're kind of dissatisfied. And we need to get away with that because that's not the point of it, And I think a lot of us do focus on getting these extravagant gifts or spending so much money on something that, It may be nice, but it doesn't. That's not really what matters. It's really about being heartful. It's about being a hurtful. I meant to say heartful, like that was your heartfelt, not hurtful. But we all want to, be gracious, have gratitude. Even if it's something small, if they didn't spend any money, or they made you something that's amazing. That's just That's enough. That's enough. That's awesome. That's even better in my opinion. That's what I like. Well, just a lollipop, right? Yeah. But yes, but we gotta be gracious. We gotta, even if we just get a football, man. I mean, some kids would be amazed with that. Oh. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'm good. Okay. All right. Very good, buddy. Very good. But for him, I just don't want to teach him to something where his expectations are, so high, or that he thinks that's, or for example, it makes other kids feel bad. They shouldn't feel that way. We should all feel that our gifts are equal, or whatever we get is good enough. And I think we should all create a world and a better culture for that, and not make people feel like they didn't get enough, or that they are ungrateful for what they don't have. And let's be grateful for what we do have, even if it's not as much as we may want. And the other thing I want to say, like 10 years from now, what would I want him to remember from Christmas? Really, for me, I hope it's just, having a great family, having time to spend together, just remembering, loving people, just being grateful, having people that are around you that care nothing but for your best interest. And hopefully that's an environment we can create for him. Because really Christmas for me is just a way of, I'm a big giver in general. Like, if everyone knows me, if they know me personally, that I will pretty much give someone a shirt off my back. That's just the person I am. So for Christmas, it's a way to amplify that, and try to really, maybe do a little more than you usually do. And I think what Christmas should teach us is we should all feel that way. That spirit that we get and the goodness of it, we should feel that way all the time. It shouldn't just be for Christmas. We should want to feel that way all the time. And we should try to create that 360 some days of the year instead of just one day. And we can all do that. Let's all be those good people all year instead of just on Christmas. And we kind of put on like a face almost for Christmas. And it's like, why can't we do that all year? So I think we all could learn something from that as well. And the other thing I wanted to bring up with him, I have it written on here, kids start with what if and adults start with but. And that's the one thing that my son here has taught me more than anything. It's about being curious. It's about not losing your imagination. It's about seeing things in a positive light and not seeing it with bias. And yeah, I think you got that one, buddy. Yeah, he's pretty much going. But, and imagination is a rehearsal for hope. That's what it is. It's that you don't see the bad, where it's like the half glass full, that's how a kid views it constantly. That's why they're not scared of anything. That's why they are willing to do anything, because they don't know the repercussions. And that's not always good. I'm not saying that's always good, but we tend to overthink things. We tend to, make it more than it is. And we look at a child and somebody and how that they interact, and it can teach you a lot of lessons. And we need to be a lot more aware of that. And like I said, I got a few more quotes that I've run to read. They don't complicate magic, they participate. A toddler's default setting is try. And wonder is a renewable resource. So those are big things that I talk about with kids, because that's the one thing of everything that my son has taught me. When I get home, we have a routine that I'll have my lunchbox from UPS. I'll get home. I usually put my water and stuff away, and her come right to the door, put that stuff away right with me and do it right with me. And even if he's in a bad mood or sleepy or sick, whatever it is, he still finds a way to do that no matter what. And I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it, because that's what we all need to do. And that's the one thing that we have to have. We have to have a huge heart. We have to want to be there for people even when we don't want to be there for them. And that's one thing that my son has taught me, and I think that all kids do. They all teach us that, no matter who your child is. And they teach you to see things better than they are, and to see things from a bigger light, and shed light on things that you normally would see darkness on. And we all have to realize that, our things that we think are big, or our selfish tendencies, or our issues that get in the way of many things, are just really our own demise and our own doing. And if we can learn to have the mindset of a child, and not, like I said, don't live obviously where you're so immature that you're breaking the law and you're living like that. That's not what I'm saying. But we all can do a lot better of not closing our box in and not be so shut in and not being so one way of our thinking, to where we can realize that there's infinite ways of thinking. And let's try to be positive. Let's try to spread this world, make this world a little better place, especially for this guy and all the kids coming up after us. It's not about us. It's about making a world that's better for them to live in, that's full of positivity, full of uplifting, full of making this world good for all of us and trying to evolve in a good way, not going down. And that's our job. That's on us to do that as people and make this world better for them to get into, just like the people before us have done for us. And that's an everlasting goal of humanity, in my opinion, where that's our job and it should be our sole purpose. And last thing I'll get into, I wanted to bring up with him, is that, I want to end this with this. This is a crazy analogy, but we put all these time, money, and resources into building things that could destroy our world in a blink of a second. But yet we don't put the money and resources and into resources that we already have that are just sitting there to make it last longer. Just think about that. That's something I always try to think about in perspective. We will spend endless money and time on nuclear warfare and all these things to end the world in a blink of an eye. But yet, what are we doing to save it in a blink of an eye? And that's what we have to remind ourselves for. And that's what it's all about. And let's do better. Let's spread kindness, spread love. Let's ELE, everybody love everybody. Let's make this world a better place. And hopefully everybody has a great Christmas with their family and has a great time. And my man, I appreciate you holding through for me. We're almost done, but I know. You just kicked the mic out of here. But we hope everybody has a great Christmas and spread love, do the best part you can, and be the best person you can be. And let's lead by example. And that's all we can do. And as always, this is Who's Even Listening. Thank you again, Zen. We love you, buddy. And as always, do your part, spread love. And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. This is Christmas Eve when this comes out, so Merry Christmas. And say Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. But this is Who's Even Listening, signing off.